Oh my word, this is absolutely boiling. I am standing here in this giant fleece in the boiling sun. But I'm going to tell you this, it is not going to get anywhere near as hot as it will tomorrow. Because, wanna know why? Yeah, you probably do, it's in the title of the video. I am off to Greece and Rhodes tomorrow. And it is going to be great. I'm going to be recording as much as I can over the next 2 weeks. And put together a video for you guys of my holiday for you. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in about 2 seconds where I'm not standing right here. See you there. Hello. I am back from my holiday and I am ready to tell you everything about it. Let's get started. Okay, so the first day was quite a long day really, because we got up reasonable time. It was not what time was it? I can't even remember now. It was 2 weeks ago, like 7, 8ish, whatever time, and we drove down to Gatwick and took a 4-hour flight down to Rhodes, and we got back at what time did we get there? It was quite late, like 9:30ish. So it was dark. There was no time for anything really. We had dinner, a quick drink, and we were off to bed. And I mean, I've been there before. We went last year as well, so we knew it was a good place. But it was changed. It was new, and I was really excited to look forward to the next day, obviously. This is it. We're taking off. Definitely not hyperlapse, this is normal speed. Oh, and we're up. And we are up. You know what? You'd actually be surprised how doing the same thing every day, it doesn't get boring, because you're on holiday, you know, it just doesn't get boring, because we had the same structure pretty much, apart from maybe one day. We had the same structure every single day of the entire holiday, and it was great. We loved it. So first things first, we wake up, we go down to breakfast, and they have, it's a good breakfast. I was never really hungry in the mornings though, so it was it went quite quickly really. I just ate a bit, and maybe it's because I was excited for the day, or I'm not sure. I was never hungry at breakfast ever. And then we come down to breakfast. We go. Oh, sorry, I missed one thing. We would go down and put our towels on the sunbeds so we could just reserve the seats, because otherwise you're not going to have any seats. And get the sunbeds, and once we've had breakfast, we go down to the sunbeds, cream up, smother ourselves in sun cream. Do that every day, twice a day, and then we're ready to do whatever we like. There are pools. There are pools. End of. There are pools. That's what we do all day. Sunbathe, go in the pools, go down to the main pool, get a drink. Because there were a couple of different pools, and we preferred some over the others. And I'll be getting into more detail of some of the things that we do here later on in the video. It's just kind of like the overall day. And then we go and have lunch. Dinner was definitely the best meal of the day. Lunch was next, but lunch was good. You would have lunch, then come back down, and we pretty much do the exact same thing again. Cream up and play by the pools again. And then once it's about 5ish, around about 5, we pack up and we go back to our room and, you know, get ready, have showers and clear up from the pool, and then we go to have dinner. Probably the best meal of the day. I mean, to be fair, it's not much different from lunch, but I think it was the best. It was the best one for me. It was a buffet. I mean, all meals were buffet, and they had all the different bits and pieces, and it was great. It was great. As I said earlier, I'm going to talk more about it later on, but I just want to express to you right now that it was great. And then we go through to the bar next door. So you have the Dionysus restaurant, because it's Greece, Greek gods, Roman gods. And the Dionysus restaurant next door was the Apollo bar. And we go over and get a drink, and non-alcoholic for me, of course. I'm not going around, you know. And there were 2 games we played. At the beginning of the holiday, we played Heads Up, where, you know, you get the phone, you know, like we have the post-it note on your head, and you'd write something on it. Basically, it's not a post-it note, it's a phone. And you go correct or pass. And then, like, everyone else would have to explain it to you. But we played it so much. We played it last holiday, we played it this holiday, and we knew all the words. It kind of got boring. So I brought some cards. These lovely bicycle cards. I got these a while back, and we were playing poker Texas Hold'em. So each person would get 2 cards, and there'd be 5 cards in the middle. We bet each round, and we'd bet using my phone. I'd record the money that we get. You'd start off with 500, sometimes 1,000, and pounds, dollars, euros, whatever you want to call them. We started off with 1,000, and, well, if I had to choose now, I probably wouldn't choose pounds, seeing as that's dropping so fast. But anyway, I won 1 game, I think. We started off with 500, I got about 1,200, and I completely wiped the floor. And I can't say that was of skill, that was pure luck. I was getting good hand after good hand after good hand. And it was the only time I won. I got beaten every other time, so maybe my card luck isn't as good as my magic. So then we go down to the show, and there'll be like a kids disco and a mini game. Both my sisters won 1 game each. One second game in, 1 sister won, and the last game we did, 1 sister won. All that time in the middle, just no catastrophe, as the animation team like to say. And then we watched the show. It was shows from comedy, from musicals. I loved the shows. They were quite good. They were good. Of course, when you're staying for a 2-week holiday, it's important that you get the right room, and you need a good room. Otherwise, it's kind of you're spending a good amount of time there. You sleep there. You're getting ready there. It's sometime. It's sometime. Anyway, at first last year, because we went the year before, it was a great room, great view. We had 2 bathrooms, which made the whole process so much quicker. We had 2 bedrooms, and we could all fit in there, all 5 of us. It was great. And then this time we got there, and it was a good quality room, but it just didn't have the 2 bathrooms. And I think we were a little disappointed because we got the same room as the same type of room. Sorry, one sec. So we didn't have the 2 bathrooms, but I mean, we went to the reception. I mean, it's my parents. I'm like, we can live with 1 bathroom. I mean, it's fine. But anyway, so we went to the reception, and they were like, oh, is it? They weren't complaining or anything. It was they were just saying, oh, is it possible if we could maybe move to a room with 2 bathrooms in, just because it makes everything so much easier. And they were perfectly fine, of course. And they was like, yeah, sure, we have, look. And like a couple of days later, we got given the choice so we can move to a new room. We moved, and it was a little bit, the quality wasn't as good, but it was still really good. So after a couple of days, we didn't notice the difference. And 2 bathrooms, and it made everything a lot quicker and easier. It was great customer service. It's pretty good. And they were like, oh, I must make sure these people aren't annoyed. They even gifted us a bottle of red wine, and we're just like, okay, thanks anyway. We were just asking a question. But overall, the room was good. 1 sink usually filled with ants, and 1 bathroom flooded when you used the shower, but it was good. Okay, now this has got to be the best part of the holiday. Well, one of them, the pools. The pools of the hotel. They were great. Short as that. Great. There were 3 pools. There was what we called the main pool. There was the relaxing pool. And there was the slide pool. The main pool, it was like a big 8 shape, except there was like an extra bit at the bottom. And it went round the main bar. And and in the middle there were like some trees, like palm trees. Last year there were some bridges going over the pool, but this time instead there were seats around the palm trees that you could sit on, like just in the water, and there were like glowing water fountains coming around. And we didn't spend much time in the main pool. It looked good and it was a good pool. We just preferred not to. It was too busy. The next one we called the relaxing pool. It's smaller, slightly smaller. It's all a big pool, nice and big, just smaller than the main one. And it was less people, and there was nothing fancy about it. It was just a weird shaped pool, and it was perfect for like just swimming in, rather than doing different things. It was just swimming, and we always sat by this pool because there was like the distance between these 2 pools and the main pool was bigger than just these 2 pools because they were right next to each other. And so we always sat next to either the slide pool or the relaxing pool. And relaxing pool was good, but we also liked the slide pool, where there were 3 slides, 2 blue and 1 white. The 2 blue, unless you know how to do it properly, they're slower. They're like you go around in a circle kind of one. And but if you know how to do it, you can go nice and fast. And then in the middle, there was a white slide, which was probably my favourite one. It was a good slide. I liked it. It went nice and fast, and every time I went down, I either laid down to enjoy the ride more, or I splashed people at the bottom, try and just and unless there was small children at the bottom, but if there were, I wouldn't do it. But if there was, say, like just some annoying kids, or some, not kids as in like older kids, not, how do I put this, like 11, annoying, you know, those annoying ones that really irritate and get on your nerves, especially them, or like the adults, you know, it's fun. They probably look at you annoyed, but it is fun. And yeah, the pools are great. Now, everybody loves food. I mean, at least I do. I love food. And you had 3 buffet meals every day while you were there, and it was quite amazing, I have to say. Breakfast, you had everything. You had the continentals, you had the cereals, you had the croissants, you had all the cold bits and pieces, you had the fruit, and then you had, the cooked breakfast, you had the bacon, the eggs, the sausages. It was good breakfast. I was never really hungry, but the food was great. They also had the lunch and dinner. They were very similar, whereas lunch was kind of just a random mix of random things. It was kind of there was always salad out. There was always salad, there was always soup, there was always bread, and then you had like the different bits and pieces that would change every day. There was always pasta, but that changed from day to day, like what pasta it was. And dinner was pretty similar, except it was usually based on a theme. My favourite was probably the Mexican, because you had the chili con carne, and you had the tortillas, and you had... It was a good day. I liked that day. Also, there in the salad section, there were like the bits and pieces you could use to make up a salad, and every day I would have the same thing, because my parents were like, you need to eat healthily. Yes, you're on holiday. Yes, you can eat unhealthy foods, but there's no point in just eating all unhealthy foods for 2 weeks. We need to eat some good things. So I had this favourite salad that I used to make up every day of the holiday, and that was, I get both lettuce and the general stuff, lettuce, cucumber. Didn't fancy putting any tomatoes in, even though I love tomatoes. So lettuce, cucumber, some grated carrots, peppers, raw onion. I also love raw onion. Contrary, what's the word? I can't remember the word, never mind. So I love raw onions, so I put those in there. And then there'd be some sort of creamy thick. It's too thick to be a sauce, but it was nice. It was amazing, and I would have that in the salad and I'd mix it all up, and it was amazing. Another good thing about dinner is you could book this restaurant. It was a Diogenes barbecue restaurant, and it was down on the beach, because there was a quick path down to the beach, and there was like some beds there, and you can go in the sea. There was an island quite far out that you could swim to. I managed to do that last year when I went. And anyway, there was Diogenes barbecue restaurant, which was great because it had it was pretty similar to the other restaurant, except it was like lots of meat. It was good meat, and it was great, and it was great. It had different meats, and I loved it. It was quite cool. And that's pretty much all it is on food. The entertainment at this hotel was really, really good. There was this animation team, the entertainment team, where there was the person in charge, and then they have all the other people, and every night they'd put on a show, and throughout the day they would be doing different activities, like they'd be doing football, or they'd be doing volleyball, or archery, or darts, or water polo, all these different things. And they'd work all throughout the day and all throughout the evenings, pretty much all week, apart from like one evening and one day for every 2 weeks they get off, and apart from that they're just constantly working, and it's great having them there. Like there are these couple of people who would join me and my family for poker. Like we were playing poker and they come up and join in, and they were funny and they were great, and you can make friends with them. They're like friendly, and you know, they were great, and they put on some great shows. So I'm going to leave this now and show you some videos of some of the comedy shows and the game shows.
Mark and Frank, yeah, but where are you going? But sit. Now it's your business. She's very ready. Please. DJ, vai. Move. Group and title. Il gruppo go. Mamma mia! Morgan! 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 Il palloncino! Stop! Morgan, wait. I don't like this. Morgan, I'm here. Morgan, look. You have a lot of power. Okay, a lot of lasagna macaroni. So, please, don't use that. Okay? No. Okay. No, you don't want. Okay. Wait, stay, enjoy. Okay. Wait. Tell me the number de la chanson. Ok, the group. Hey, CDC, bravo! Bravo! Oh, che gatto! Oh my gatto! Oh my god! Oh my god! A duck! Oh my god! A duck! Oh, lots of ducks! Ah, no! Ah!
Another thing we like to do during the day, as well as like swimming in the pools, there was this big chess set, like I can't put it on the cameras. Okay, the chess set, so it was a massive, and it was like it's quite life size because you're looking around you stand on the board and you look around just like, well, that queen can take my pawn. And it's not as big as Wizard Chess and Harry Potter, but it is a big set, and we love playing it. We played it like as a whole. We played it like twice a day, and it was really good. And thanks to that, pretty much, I ended up getting this Greek chess set. It was like quite expensive, but it's made of gold and silver pieces. Not real gold and silver, it's gold and silver coloured pieces, and it's like fashioned some Greek style. I wanted to get it last time, but I'd spent my money on other things, so I decided, why not spend it on this time? And I didn't manage to meet my dad, but I met my sisters quite a good few times. Now this probably has a lot more photos and videos than the other sections of this video, but before I get started I just want to say, we went out to spend a morning in Lindos, which is a place outside of the hotel, and we visited this ancient Lindos. We visited the Acropolis, and it's like these ruins of a old Greek temple or something. It's really big and it's sat on top of this giant hill. Like, when I say hill, I don't mean like the hill you can walk up. I mean a one you have to go through a village to get to, like a miniature mountain. And went through the little village, and that's where I got my chess set from before, and it was great. And I'm going to show you some videos and pictures.